Hey, what's up with the VC here, coming back at you with another video about anything and everything. Nothing's off the table. I'm off the cuff as always. And let's talk about it, alright? But before we do, uh, oh man, all I gotta say is I'm on YouTube, I'm on Rumble, and subscribe, please. And, whichever is more convenient for you. Thank you for your support. If you choose one or the other or both and come on board. And we're always going along for a nice ride. All right, and just giving you my commentary on things. And the thing about it is, I can just go on and on and on because I love doing content. But anyhow, let's just get straight to it. All right, This is going to be a sports themed, info content today here that I'm going to be covering. It's going to be a sports themed, all right? So the biggest thing that hit the headlines of recent was this, track runner here, high school track running. And it's actually kind of crazy, Like, at first I ignored it, right? I was like, whatever, right? I don't know, claims of racism, even though it's a black on black crime and stuff like that. And, you know, I'll let you see for yourself. I don't know how much of it they're going to show here. This is actually from the news. So whatever they play on the news, it should be okay. All right?
The Aer Lingus St. Patrick's Day sale is here.
So let's take a look at it.
Whacked during a relay, a high school runner hit another runner in the head with a baton during a track meet.
ABC's Janae Norman has the story.
Not bad looking.
Junior Kaylin Tucker was running the
Check
second leg of the 4x200 relay in the Virginia State High School League Championships when the shocking incident happened.
That's when she hit me with the baton.
Watch
Crazy.
again as you see the two sprinters running side by side as they round the corner with Kaylin on the outside, Kaylin's mother cheering her on. Just as Kaylin is passing the other runner, the athlete swings her baton, striking Kaylin.
I just felt a bang on my head, and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head.
The whole Coliseum pretty much gasped. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her on the main floor.
The
That's pretty
16-year-old
crazy.
was later diagnosed with a concussion. The family says neither the athlete who struck Kaylin nor the other team's coaches checked on Kaylin or reached out afterwards.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part where I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
The other runner, who attends IC Norcom High School, has not been named. Kaylin's parents say Norcom's athletic director and the girl's father apologized in a phone call, but they're still waiting for the opposing athlete and her coaches to reach out.
We definitely want the coaches and a personal apology from the actual athlete as well,
That's
because
pretty
it's
crazy.
it's only right.
The Virginia High School League saying in a statement, "We thoroughly review every instance like this," adding, "The VHSL membership has always made it a priority to provide student athletes with a safe environment for competition."
And that was ABC's Janae Norman. Kaylin's parents say they are waiting to see what disciplinary action will be taken.
All right, so that was the initial news report. All right, so you guys saw what happened. That's pretty crazy. It's a very, 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 very uncommon thing to happen. All right, to just be, track running, all of a sudden, you get whacked on the head by a baton. Those things are not some plastic, holder. It's actually kind of hard, metallic. It's somewhat of a weight in your hand. Not too heavy, because you got to be able to be able to run with it, but and not slow you down. But serious enough that it could basically be a weapon, So so I thought it was pretty crazy because I didn't, like I said, at first I ignored it. I was like, whatever, right? I was like, all right, I'll look into this. I looked into it and I was like, okay, this is actually kind of crazy and kind of serious, about what happened here. So after this happened, all right, a follow-up to that, let me see, which is this right here. So there was a follow-up to this as to what happened there, right? So let's take a look here. It's going to be from the perspective of the one that struck the runner in the head. So she's going to give her side of it now. So this is going to be kind of fascinating as well.
Tonight, a Portsmouth family says they're telling their side of the story in reference to a shocking incident at a Virginia high.
Sorry to interfere with her here. They're going to show a different angle, a different perspective. And so let me know what you guys think about this one.
High school league indoor track meet that left one athlete allegedly injured after she claimed she was struck by a baton held by IC Norcom High School senior Alayla Everett. Everett spoke exclusively to 10 on Your Side's Markeisha Jackson, who brings us much more.
The young athlete in question says there's more to that video than meets the eye.
Everybody has feelings, so you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Alayla Everett is a decorated athlete and senior at IC Norcom High School. She would have never thought her trip to the Class 3 track and field state finals last Tuesday would take a drastic turn.
They're going off of one angle.
Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet. This was a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
After a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I didn't have to see your first video, second video, 10 video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
The other family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
They're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
VHSL says they are still reviewing the situation, and Portsmouth Public Schools says they...
It's kind of crazy. I could kind of... I mean, it's kind of an interesting argument, right? I mean, from that angle, it looks like the other girl actually ran in front of her, you know what I'm saying? And I get the argument, too, that, you know, you got to be really ahead before you cut in front of somebody, because you could potentially trip the person and collide and all this other crap right when you're running. And you know, I do run too, so I know what it's like to run, right? I've ran half marathons, I run Spartan races and things like that, and so I do understand the fundamentals of it, right? You know, in terms of, you know, space among one another, right, and where to step in and all that stuff, you know, and I don't know about the younger one, the 16-year-old that cut in front of the first one, in front of the hitter, I guess. I don't know how much experience she has in terms of running, if she's ran for years, or this is like professionally her first time on high school or whatever. I don't know her background, but you know, when it comes to like the fundamentals and I guess you could say etiquette in running, you got to know where to cut. I know it's competition, but at the same time, you got to kind of know your place. And if you're going to cut in front of somebody, you know, it can be cutting it close. You know, you could be cutting someone off and all that. So I don't know. I thought it was fascinating. Because when you look at the angle and everything, I mean, it kind of looks like she cut right in front of her, you know? So I kind of get the argument. Let me see if I could show that footage again here, this part.
She and a Brookville High School
So
athlete
she appears
were
to be
rounding
cutting
a curve on the track
in front of her.
when they nearly collided with each other.
So they nearly collided. I get it.
Hitting her, my baton.
So I understand. I mean, but to me it still looked like it was, like on purpose though. Like she just took a swing at her though at the same time. So from the front angle, it looks way different.
Tucker was running the second leg of the 4x200
Here's the
relay
front
in the
side of it.
Virginia State High School League Championships when the shocking incident happened.
See, that looked intentional. Like she just took a swing at her. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't know. This is crazy.
Look up a time.
Watch again as you see the two sprinters running side by side as they round the corner with Kaylin on the outside, Kaylin's mother cheering her on. Just as Kaylin is passing the other runner, the athlete swings her baton, striking Kaylin.
See, this angle doesn't look like she cut her off or was cutting in front of her. I mean, yeah, they were kind of close, but I don't know. This is just crazy. But there is another follow-up to this now, all right? So I just saw the headline of this one. There it is. Portsmouth athlete charged after baton strike. So let's take a look at that now. Let's see what happens now.
Want zero transfer fees and great rates to Jamaica? Send your first online money transfer.
The viral incident from a track and field competition has sparked reaction from near and far and criminal charges.
So from this angle, it looks like she cut in front of her, or was pretty close to cutting in front of her. Whereas the front angle doesn't appear to be that way, So it's pretty crazy on, I guess you could say film examination and how they determine whether or not to charge her or not. But I guess they felt like they had enough evidence to go after her. So let's see what they say.
Against a Portsmouth athlete. Good evening, I'm Tom Shad. Tonight, the local NAACP also weighs in on the images that we've seen daily since Sunday and the charges filed against a student from IC Norcom High School. More from 10 on Your Side's Markeisha Jackson.
The Portsmouth NAACP says an assault charge being brought into the conversation is concerning for both of the young athletes.
We should not have adults attacking young children on either side.
That's what Genoa Everett had to say about the extensive backlash his daughter Alayla has faced after a viral incident brought nationwide attention to the family. In the video, Alayla is seen striking an opponent, Kaylin Tucker, with the baton from behind. Alayla says her opponent was running very close to her. The closeness caused Alayla to lose her balance. Alayla says the only reason she did not apologize at the meet was because she was following the directions from her track coach.
Just seeing one video and it looks bad from that angle.
A certified USA track and field official even slowed down the video to show just how close the two athletes were competing.
Even certain things out this.
See, I mean, the back angle, it looks like what this girl described, right? She described that when she got so close and she's trying to, go with the stride, she was trying to pull her baton back because it nearly got caught in the other girl's hair. So it was actually pretty funny.
So much damage to our family.
The Portsmouth NAACP released this statement in support of both families and called out the racial slurs and death threats that Alayla and her family have received. Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney Bethany Harrison says a petition for 1 count of assault and battery has been issued. In response to that, Portsmouth NAACP saying, quote, "We are committed collectively to ensuring that the criminal justice system, which we feel is not warranted in this situation, is executed fairly and based on due process."
The Portsmouth NAACP's full statement can be found over on wavy.com. Markeisha Jackson, and on your side.
You know what's funny?
Go between your butt cheeks down.
Oh, what's she talking about? Going between your butt cheeks and what? Let's see what she says.
Between your schnitzel sack and just sniff the suds and you go, okay, that's what she's talking about. What happens is the pH is so high, it actually...
She sounds kind of crazy there. All right, going back to the NAACP is in a precarious position because this is a black on black, right? And you see how they're trying to play off of both sides and the charges are not warranted and blah 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 and all this other stuff. They're trying to just play it off both sides, because they're in a precarious position. It's a black on black type of thing, and they're kind of caught in the middle, and they don't want to be supportive of one side versus the other. So what do you guys think about the films in question, right? Do you guys believe that it looked intentional like it did on the front view of the video, right? The original video? Or did it look like from the back side of the video where it looked like the runner got so close cutting in front of her that as she was trying to, break her stride and pull back a bit to yank her baton out of the way, it kind of got close to the hair that it nearly caught her hair, and it was more of a yank back. So it looked like she was striking, but I don't know. I think it's just kind of crazy. It's crazy, though. It's crazy. But, yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. All right, so if I didn't see that second angle, it looked like a blatant whack to the back of the head, right? But that second video does raise questions, though. Like, well, I mean, it does appear that the runner is the younger one, the 16-year-old one, is cutting right in front of that 18-year-old one, cutting her off, and it's not the etiquette to run that way, you got to create distance. I know it's competition and shit, but anyhow, man, that's a tough call. I'm trying to call it down the middle here, like which side appears to be innocent here. I think they're both guilty. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, the young one was guilty for cutting in front of the older one. The older one struck the other one in the head, said, well, you gotta get out of my way, bitch. Maybe she thought she could sneak one in and whack the head, no bubbles, no troubles, but then she got caught because, everybody's watching. And then, shit. Man. I mean, I think if, for example, I don't know what the extent was after the fact. Right? So let's just say she got struck in the head and medical came out to treat, injuries. They got to be a medical team out there anyways. They always treat runners, for like muscle spasms and, pulled hamstrings and all this other stuff, ice packs, headaches, all this stuff. So I'm sure there was a medical team out there to probably treat her for like a head wound and all this other stuff, right? And then, I mean, the way the family claimed that, no one came over to blah, 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 maybe they wasn't aware of it. You know what I'm saying? The coaches and all that wasn't aware of it. I don't know about the girl, though, like, when it came to her being somewhat unapologetic at first, maybe the coaches weren't aware of it. That's why there wasn't any sort of like apologies right away. I think if all that stuff was kind of happening, hey, let me go check her out. Hey, sorry about that. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Hey, let me stand by your side and help you out, support you. I don't think it would have gone as far as the charges and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens, whether or not this will fully go through. They're going to drop the charges. What are they going to do, right? I mean, it's pretty crazy. So I'll leave it up to that and make you guys, or have you guys think about it, ponder, and let me know what you think, all right? Crazy stuff. So in light of that, and then she was talking about like going in between the legs and all this other stuff. It was pretty crazy what she was saying. She was just saying some crazy stuff. And let me just show you guys the tomfoolery here once again. Look at all these idiots, all these rubes. All right, let's see here. What's going on with this? Oh, they're just showing it here. All right, let's see what else here. Oh, here we go. So, since this is a sports theme related content today, Angel Reese of the WNBA, right? She's kind of like, she's alright. I mean, if you ask me about her, she's alright, but she's, she has it out for like Caitlin Clark and stuff like that, hard fouls and things like that. All of a sudden she made headlines, right? Because let's see here. Angel Reese, WNBA players sitting out if expectations are not met in the collective bargaining agreement. So let's see what she says here, because she's threatening a strike.
Frontieras is rapidly advancing in the
All right, so let's see here.
You can be an early investor.
I got some things to say about that.
Or because the ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again. The ones the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
No, they are.
I'm hurt.
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the. I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the
I
meetings.
gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility.
I'm telling you, this level of delusion deserves its own research project. Here we have Angel Reese chatting with fellow WNBA player Dejanay Carrington, threatening to go on strike if they don't get their way in contract negotiations. Maybe they should go on strike, because at this point, they may actually save money, considering they're hemorrhaging cash just by staying in business. I mean, when was the last time you heard of a company that can...
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. All right, that, let me see here. I'll play some NBC News, I'll play some NBC News here. All right.
Some new questions tonight about the future of the WNBA, players' contracts after this year's seasons, and what will happen there, especially with one of the most popular players in the league now threatening the possibility of a strike. There's talks towards a collective bargaining agreement happening now between the Players Association and the league.
What I said about that?
And Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese says she wants in on those negotiations. Listen.
Fuck that.
I gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
Go ahead, bitch.
Question is, of course, do other big-name players want to join in on a possible strike? We've reached out to the league on this. No reply yet. Remember, the WNBA had a massive season last year, record-setting for them, the most-watched regular season in 24 years. Its biggest attendance total in 22 years. Merch sales up 600%. Steve Patterson is following this story for us. So where does this go here, right? This deal with the WNBA and the Players Association, I think, expires at the end of the summer, right? So this fall. What happens after that?
Well, they're going to get into negotiations to talk about that. And I think it's fair to say at this point that the players just want to be treated and paid like the international celebrities that many of them now are, right? And I think to see that, you have to imagine that the way we see the WNBA is different than how we saw it 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even 2 years ago. And all you have to do is look at this collective bargaining agreement that the players just opted out of, right? It was agreed upon in 2019. So it has things in it like when you fly to an away game, you can fly premium economy. You can stay in your own hotel room. We will pay you your full salary while you were on maternity leave. These are things that are very basic for, I think, any company at this point. But they were seen as a major victory back then. Now things are so much different. Just look at a player like Angel Reese, right? I think at this point, it is fair to say that she is a household name. She will make less than $75,000 on her current salary within the WNBA. So I think they just want to take it and put it more in line with what it is. She's been getting maligned a little bit on social media, I think, for people taking what she said out of context. Many people saying that she thought she needed to get paid as much as NBA players do. She said that is absolutely not true. There was a tweet where she said, quote, "I love how all y'all have selective hearing. I'm hearing that they don't want to give us what they want. We're sitting out." And that's the truth. I never said anything about the NBA. We are prepared to say at the negotiation table. We also reached out to the Players Association. They sent us a statement saying, quote, "Our members are passionate about the future of the league. We are proud to represent a group of united, dialed in, and pushing for a transformational deal that's fair." We won't comment on individual statements right now.
It's like the women's national soccer team, right? They wanted to be up there in par with the male soccer team, but they've proven that they're not that good, and then that no one really cares, right? The women's national soccer team, whatever, like, they got manhandled by kids. They get manhandled by older men. And they're supposed to be the best of the best, right? So, same thing with this here. You know, if you guys know the background of the WNBA, right? They are financed and owned by NBA owners, right? And with the NBA owners, they're the ones that are keeping the league afloat, right? They're hemorrhaging a lot of money. NBA itself is hemorrhaging a lot of money, despite having a good year last year. Has the best season ever, probably, right? With the type of players they have now, like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, whatever. Like, the thing about it is that just as they are there and helped with the popularity of the WNBA, which is not as much more as it used as it was before, maybe a little bit better in that regard. The thing about it is that overall, money-wise, the NBA is still losing a lot of money to the WNBA in terms of just trying to keep it financed and afloat and all that. And so, to me, if Angel Reese threatens this, you know what I say to that? Don't threaten me with a good time, bitch. All right? Go ahead, sit it out. All right? You know how many people in EuroLeague and others that have not received a contract that could capably play basketball, but there's only a certain amount of roster space per team, right, to play professionally. They got semi-pro leagues and all that too. You know how many would relish the opportunity to take your spot? So I say, you know what, go ahead, sit it out. If you want to, strike. I don't know how many people are going to actually strike. I'd be surprised. I say, you know what, go ahead and strike. And guess what? I bet the NBA owners would fold the league. So I think they're walking on the fine line when it comes to the WNBA trying to threaten a strike. Because you are really, I say, hey, don't threaten me with a good time. All right? Because if you push it too much, you're biting the hand that feeds you, they could just fold the league. I don't see why they wouldn't. If they're losing so much money, why wouldn't they just fold the league? All right, and be like, hey, you know what? Go play internationally somewhere. All right, we'll see you guys later. You guys are, maybe you guys are semi-popular, but you're nowhere near NBA level, and I know they're trying to just get within distance of the NBA. Right? They're trying to get into some sort of, closing distance to them, right? Oh, we don't want NBA salary money. Of course not, because they can never make the NBA pro level money. All right? But they're trying to get into like striking distance, though, right? And so, how much is enough, right? I don't think anybody's going to agree on what's a fair number, right? Because everybody's going to always think they're better than what they are. But yeah, so I say, don't threaten me a good time, bitch. Go ahead, Angel Reese. I hope you're the only solo sitter. All right, there's probably other, a few, maybe a handful of others that would join her. I don't see Caitlin Clark doing it though. I just can't see it. I don't think she's woke enough. She's woke, but I don't think she's woke enough to do it though. All right, but we'll see what happens. And I think if push comes to shove, they could just fold the league and be like, yeah, we're done with this, wipe their hands clean. So don't push too hard. All right, so that's the Angel Reese WNBA possible strike coming. So that's that. And then lastly, I just wanted to cap it off this sports-filled content day here. All right, this is a little fun one here. All right, so the Texas Rangers, actually the Major League Baseball, right, released a new series of hats where they have the team logo with the team name, like this, like the Astros here, right? So the Texas Rangers had to pull theirs off the shelf because it was actually pretty funny. I was like, man, I wish I could get my hands on that hat. See how it says like Astros behind the logo of the team? Angels behind the logo of the team of the Angels here. Let's see if they show the Texas Rangers one. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh man, you see that? Oh, here it is. So for Texas, you have the big T logo, right? This is the Texas Rangers. And because it says Texas and they put the big T that dominates the Texas, it looks like it says tetas, right? Tetas. And so you know what tetas is breast. You want me to say it the vulgar way? Tits. It's tits in Spanish, right? And so tetas. And so if you're able to get your hands on that before they pulled it off the shelves, then man, you got a rare hat, because they pulled it off the shelves. And look at this guy trying to sell it for $1,000 on eBay. Isn't that crazy? I don't know how many was actually sold out there, but when you look at it, though, this is going to be a rare one-of-a-kind hat. I just wondered, how many. Oh, it's sold. This one's sold. Wow. Yeah, this is a rare hat. See? Tetas hat. Shipped out by Fanatics before a hat was pulled from the sale. Yeah, they pulled these off the shelves because people were offended. Alright. Let's see. Fanatics, which operates MLB shop in partnership with the league, also ended its eBay sales listings back on Tuesday. It still has 23 of the MLB overlap hats listed here as of Wednesday. So, pretty funny stuff here. So, Vulgar Rangers hats selling big on the secondary market as other team hats removed from the MLB. Oh, okay, let's see. They removed other ones too, huh? Ah! That Astros hat, which appears to read Ashholes. Ashholes. I get it. I didn't even know they pulled that one too. That's funny. Ashholes. Right? And the Los Angeles Angels hat, which appears to read Niles, are both now gone. The Rangers hat that was initially removed spelled out the Spanish vulgar word tetas, right? The other 27 MLB hats are still available. Wow, that's crazy. That's funny as hell too. So now the Rangers hats generating big sales in the secondary market. 6 hats sold on eBay ranging from $200 to $1,000, which were originally listed for $50 or $45. One eBay seller has also listed a knockoff for $36, with 123 sold as of damn. Man, they're on this stuff quick. That's funny. Man, the knockoffs, they got on it quick. Think about that. They barely released a hat. They pulled it off the shelves, and then you got knockoffs already. Wow. Man, they work fast. Let me see what this knockoffs look like. Oh, they removed it. Shit. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, that sucks, man. Oh, well. That's crazy, though. I would get one of these hats because I think it'd be cool just to have it for fun. I wouldn't mind having one of these. I was only a Texas Rangers fan for a short time. I'm a lifelong Giants fan, and Will Clark, right, the former first baseman, right, he went to Texas Rangers as a free agent, right, in the mid-90s, and I follow Will Clark to the Texas Rangers, as I'm a Will Clark fan. I like Will Clark. He was like my all-time favorite baseball player, right, for the San Francisco Giants and Texas Rangers. And then Will Clark retired from the St. Louis Cardinals. He played like, I think 1 or 2 seasons there before he retired for good. So yeah, so Will Clark, Will the Thrill, right? And so I was a short term Texas Rangers fan only because of Will Clark. And I actually bought a Texas Rangers hat with the big T like this back then, just because, Will Clark. So I wouldn't mind getting one of these because it looks cool, with this tetas. I will wear this, If they, I guess if only knockoffs are around, I'd get one. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. $1,000. Damn, it's crazy. I like this one. Ashholes. $2,000. Holy shit. Oh, here you go. Here's the knockoffs. Well, this one's a knockoff. Man, they got on it quick. Damn, $900. That's crazy. So I thought I had a little bit of fun with this, and I saw this. I thought, oh man, this is going to be fun to talk about. Well, I can't believe they sold this for $1,000. Well, if you buy it for $1,000 like this, you wouldn't even wear this thing. You'd just be like putting it in a special case or something like that on display and be like, yeah, check this out. I got tetas. Yeah, so there you go. All right, that's the latest here. In the sports themed content here. All right, so you got the track runner, controversial. NAACP is stuck in the middle in terms of picking sides, and you can tell they don't want to pick sides. Angel Reese threatens WNBA strike. I say go ahead, bitch, and watch the league fold. And then you have tetas. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'm on Rumble. I'm on YouTube. Subscribe. All right, subscribe and stay on top of daily content. I wasn't here yesterday because this sucked. All right, because they were working on the internet. Because I got, what do you call that? Cable modem, and so they were working on the internet literally all day. And I can't believe that. And then I had other things going on, so shit, have to catch up today. All right, so other than that, comment down below. Thank you, and see you next one.